This podcast includes an example of the interaction between race, culture, and ethnicity. My grandfather is 70% Mescalero Apache, but did not grow up in a culture that represented this. As a result of growing up in a male dominated society, my family lost its indigenous Mescalero Apache culture. Here is my grandpa's story.
I am Cayetano Leos. I'm 71 years old. I live in Oglesby, Texas, which is the central part of Texas, about 100 miles south of Dallas. My race is considered Mexican American. However, we consider ourselves Native American or Mescalero Apaches. My great grandmother on my mother's side was part of the Mescalero Apache tribe. To me, culture is somewhat state of mind or behavior, how you act or interact within the society. And the males on both sides of the family married Native American women. They dominated the social interactings of the family. They called the shots, if you will. In the Hispanic society or Hispanic culture was something we accepted. It wasn't like we were lost in space or lost in time. We grew up that way. We grew up around people who were also Hispanics because both my grandfathers were Mexican Americans. And consequently, growing up as a Mescalero Apache was just not something that you would normally do. And the culture was lost because of that.
I then asked him if he had faced any racism as a result of his indigenous heritage.
To me, my race was Mexican American. We didn't grow up sharing or actually bragging or boasting or in any way letting people know that we were 70% Native American, Mescalero Apache. How that would have been received, it really didn't enter into our minds how it would be received. There was not a lot of Native Americans in the area. There were not a lot of close by reservations. There was very little or no interaction between my grandmothers and their tribes. When I went to work for Lehigh Cement in 1968, the change house was still separated. Black people were on one side and the white people were on the other side. And I think there was some confusion as to where I would fit. So they opened up the entire change house, changed it up to where you could choose whatever side you wanted to be in. So that was a good thing. The people that I started supervising, a lot of those people were old Central Texas people that lived in the area forever. They weren't accustomed to having someone of color supervise them, be their boss. But within a short period of time, I think I gained their respect, and they realized that I knew what I was doing and I could help them do their job better.
I hope that this can serve as an example of the way that male dominance in society has shaped the cultures that exist today, even to the extent that cultures that once flourished have been repressed nearly to extinction. Patriarchal normity has shaped everything that we know, even underlying aspects of our own lives that we may not have known about. Until this interview, I was unaware of the way that patriarchy affected my culture. I urge you to start asking some of the same questions. You might find similar answers.